DeleteLawZ DeCastro threatens trolls. Says he will bang anyone who comes at him. Needs $10,000 for vet expenses. New GoFundMe incoming. Regan Benson says Englewood City Council member is running a cult. Claims Denver police are out to unalive her. Kate Peter interviews a former turtle rider. Did he reveal anything new? Plus, Jeremiah Payne gets demonetized. All this and more on this edition of Auditing Insanity. Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Auditing Insanity Newscast brought to you by ReallyCoolNews. I'm Johnny Jones, and I'll be your host for news stories on DeleteLawZ, Regan Benson, Kate Peter, and Jeremiah Payne. We're late today, but late with the announcement that we're going to be doing our newscast premieres at 9 a.m. Eastern Time instead of 8 a.m. Eastern Time from this point forward. There are a lot of reasons for the decision, but the best one is that it'll make life easier for Jim Finch, the hack slug of a man who writes these things, to make it to the premieres. The abuse of him alone is worth admission. On that note, we ask you to focus on DeleteLawZ attacks enemies after bad news. A psychotic DeleteLawZ Jose Chili DeCastro took to YouTube Wednesday night as he aggressively claimed he was prepared to violently defend himself against anyone who would threaten him after stating that he had a bad day. DeCastro had been triggered earlier in the day in the YouTube comments area of the video of teenaged auditor First Amendment advocate that DeCastro had featured on his own live stream Tuesday night. Another commenter confronted DeCastro with the address of DeCastro's studio, which brought about a violent response from DeCastro. DeCastro wrote, "This is the second screenshot I've got of your account, and I'm a new subscriber. I hope nobody gets hurt, because if anything at all happens to anybody in any way, and people have to be dealt with IRL, it will be blamed on you. I hope it's you though. Oh, dang sorry. You're a keyboard warrior. You don't show up. LOL, you've had a YouTube account since 2007? Yeah, if people get hurt, they'll track you down. I hope nobody gets themselves no more'd. You was here, but no more. I can hear the conversation. You and Satan at the gates of hell. What happened to you, loser troll? Loser troll? Who, me? Ah, shucks. I left the comfort of my keyboard, and Chili sent me to hell. Satan, is that all? Loser troll. No, it was captured on Chili surveillance cameras. My mama and everybody who ever knew me saw the video of head coming apart. Satan, okay, well, go ahead and bend over. Here comes the pitchfork up your... I'm not afraid of you. Break the law, and I'll get to see you in court, in cuffs, as you go to jail. Trust me, it's not fun. Anything happens, I have the screenshots. YouTube could never track you down, right? Wrong. Show up and see what happens. Boom. Your caboose explodes on surveillance cams. The two screenshots emerge, and it's ruled justified. DeCastro was worse on his live stream, as he's pivoted to tearing apart old Donald Trump speeches as part of his focus on YouTube. DeCastro warned that with the pending Trump presidency, police will have new powers and people will need to fight for their rights as Trump will surely bring new limits on the Constitution. Later, randomly stating that he'll use his firearms on anyone who would attack him, DeCastro caught himself and revealed that his dog Charlie was still deathly ill with an enlarged pancreas. DeCastro said that Charlie was on life support and he vowed that he would not allow the dog to die. Breaking down, he said that 12 years old is too soon to die and that he couldn't take it if Charlie wasn't in his life. The YouTuber said he needed $10,000 immediately and that he would be putting up a GoFundMe to cover his costs. While the live stream took in $365 in donations towards Charlie's care, DeCastro announced that he would be opening a new GoFundMe campaign. Promising the campaign would be up after he made the greatest GoFundMe video ever, DeCastro said that his fans should be ready to donate as soon as he created the account. No new account was created last night. Our coverage of the market expanded with the addition of Rage Girl Radio's ongoing campaign, and our own ongoing expenses fund won the day with a $25 donation. We still need your help. Despite the GoFundMe market being dead, this publication is funded by your donations along with what little we make from our YouTube channel per month. While we did achieve full monetization on YouTube, we still need help to get through monthly expenses and keeping the lights on to bring you the paper and the newscast each day. If you can afford it, please consider donating to the GoFundMe run by this very channel. All donations literally go to keeping the lights on, eating, and writing news stories to feature here and on ReallyCoolSite.org. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch the advertisements on our videos, like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in. Masshole Kate Peter interviews Sean McDough. Despite claims by Grant Smith Ellis and Turtleboy Aiden Kearney that her arrest for parole violations was imminent, Kate Peter went live again on Wednesday with an interview with former DEA agent Sean McDough. McDough, known as a longtime supporter of the Free Karen Read movement, has been at odds with Kearney but still fully supportive of Karen Read. His presence on the show of Peter, who has been accused of being a mouthpiece for witnesses for the prosecution, caused shockwaves through the Free Karen Read movement. The discussion came on the day that Karen Read's attorney argued in front of the Supreme Judicial Court of Massachusetts that Read should be freed of 2 charges in her upcoming retrial for murder charges in the death of Boston Police Officer John O'Keefe. Read's attorney argued that in jury deliberations, the jury in Read's first trial voted to acquit Read 12-0 on 2 of the charges, yet did not tell the judge of their verdicts before a mistrial was declared. Judge Beverly Cannoni was given 3 notes from the jury foreman indicating that the jury was hopelessly locked, presumably on all of the charges. After 2 attempts at getting them to return to deliberation, a mistrial was declared in the case, with the Commonwealth opting to retry Read. The argument was made that despite the defense insisting on a mistrial at the time of first and second notes, they were not given a chance to argue to have the jury polled with the 3rd note. In their arguments, Judge Cannoni should have polled the jury to see if they were deadlocked on all of the charges and not just an overall deadlock. Read's attorney is seeking that the jury be brought back and to be asked if there was a 12-0 agreement, and if they all agree, Read would then be freed from both charges, including the charge of second-degree murder. In their discussion on Wednesday on her live stream, Peter pointed out that the foreman of the jury was docked supposedly in retaliation for being a holdout in finding Read innocent. Because he was a holdout, Peter inquired, how could a vote be 12-0? McDough replied that it was a good question that he had no answers for. McDough and Peter also discussed why Josh Levy's federal investigation into Read's case is said to have found her innocent of murder, and why she was then allowed to go to trial, with both sides agreeing that the presumption of innocence could not be given to Read because Levy declined to press charges. The Supreme Judicial Court of Massachusetts did not rule on Read's motion as a press time. Read's attorneys and attorneys for the Commonwealth have also filed a joint petition to have her retrial moved from the end of January 2025 to April 1, 2025. Jeremiah Payne YouTube gets fully demonetized. As first reported by Frauder Troll, Jeremiah Payne announced on his YouTube community tab that he has been fully demonetized by YouTube and will remain demonetized until sometime next year when he is eligible to appeal again. Payne wrote, "Guys, I need your help. My YouTube channel has been demonetized. I have filed an appeal with YouTube. I would love some help. I appreciate anything you can do. If any of you can help me out for the work I do here on this channel, I and my family would greatly appreciate any help you can give. My AdSense check was half my rent this month, and my rent has to be paid by the 15th. I have half of it, but need help now with other half. The landlord knows I normally don't get my AdSense until the 21st and waits to get the other half. But now that they demonetized, I won't have it, and I don't get paid again until we get halfway through this new job we just started. Here is a screenshot to prove I'm not lying. So guys, please, if you like the work I do here and can help out, that would be great. My PayPal is... I do not have access to my Cash App anymore, so please do not send anything to Cash App. Thanks ahead of time. By the way, I was demonetized for uploading my own music, which was recorded by me. written by me, and was done in my studio. YouTube is bullshitting. I hate YouTube. Followed by, well guys, they turned down my appeal and said I can try again February 2nd, 2025. WTF, YouTube can kiss my ass. I need your help, guys. Please help if you can. Then finally, damn theses trolls are freaking idiots. No wonder the lick boots, because they only have one brain cell. My rent is $1,500 a month. I said I had half of it, and that my AdSense payment was going to pay the other half. Well, where the hell do you think I have half of it already from if I wasn't working? How could I be living in a house now paying $1,500 a month if I wasn't working? Let me tell you, they have no brains at all. To move anywhere nowadays, it takes over $2,000. I guess I just got to move in free. They don't stop and think. And then their followers are just as dumb. They jump on the wagon without a second thought. Or even a thought. They just believe everything their cult leader says. Grow the frick up and stop worrying about my life and worry about yourself. You all have people who donate to your channels and become members, so SDF you, and stop being jealous, because I have people who donate and buys merch. If you want to support what I do, you can by visiting my merch store or donating to my PayPal. Thanks, and trolls fuck off. While Payne claimed that it was his music that got him demonetized, Frauditor Troll revealed that it may have been Payne's re-editing of a recent Arkansas police activity video that may have brought the punishment. Payne took the channel's recent body cam footage of James Freeman, changed the aspect ratio, and plastered his own logo on the video, then did a live premiere of the footage earlier this week without new commentary. During the live event, Payne assured everyone that it was new footage and that Freeman had just been arrested in Arkansas, despite the original footage making it clear that the arrest happened in mid-October. Payne was echoing the false reporting of Jose "Chili" DeCastro, who reported the same facts on his Sunday afternoon live stream. Regan Benson claims cult activity in Englewood. Activist for the homeless, Regan Benson's livestream from Denver's District 3 Community Advisory Board meeting quickly devolved into Benson's paranoid accusations against members of Denver's police force and an Englewood, Colorado, City Council member. Benson sat quietly for almost an hour streaming the Community Advisory Board meeting. Once it finished, Benson approached Officer Kira Jenkins, who did an internal investigation into Benson's sworn enemy, Sergeant Brian O'Neill of Denver's District 3, after Benson filed a report accusing O'Neill of abuse. Jenkins replied to Benson that she was assigned to investigate O'Neill as part of her duties, even though they were co-workers, and then she passed her finding on to Internal Affairs. Internal Affairs and the Citizens Review Board then both cleared O'Neill of any wrongdoing. After walking away from Jenkins, Benson ranted to her viewers that it was part of Denver's corrupt system that police investigate police, and there's no accountability for wrongdoing by police officers. Moving to the lobby, Benson briefly talked to another homeless advocate about the worsening snowy weather conditions outside and how Denver shelters were completely full for the night. Benson agreed to check on one of the shelters and continued her stream of consciousness talk to her viewers as she drove. Benson warned that the Denver Police Department was watching her live stream, and she expected them to come kill her should she say or do anything out of line while driving. Eventually reaching her destination, Benson launched into an extended rant about Englewood City Council member Joe Anderson. Anderson, a pastor by trade, has rented space in the Englewood Civic Center in order to provide church services for his church, which doesn't have its own building. The rental is done through an independent arts organization that Englewood has given rights to a specific hall to manage how they wish, with a portion of their proceeds going back to Englewood. Benson claimed that the agreement was a way for the government to circumvent the separation between church and state. Going further, Benson accused Anderson of being a cult leader who had planned to purge Englewood's government of non-religious people and fill their slots with loyalists from his church. The YouTuber judged herself more committed to her creator than Anderson was committed to his religion, and pledged that she would continue to let those in Englewood believe that she was stupid in order to achieve victory over them. Benson announced that the Englewood initiative that she had backed, despite not being a resident of Englewood, had passed. The initiative requires the position of mayor of Englewood be elected by the people of Englewood rather than being picked by the city council. The YouTuber ended her live stream with an announcement that she'll soon be seeking time with Englewood's new police chief after he starts his job in the coming weeks. And we're back. We're late. We're late. Somehow Jim screwed up the time, which is typical for him. Remember, we're moving the premiere of this newscast from 8 a.m. Eastern Time to 9 a.m. Eastern Time every day, starting tomorrow. Jim is a lot of things, but the one thing we want him to be is on time. So we'll see about tomorrow. With that, we're out of here. Have a wonderful day.